So good morning, everyone. So our plan for Giovanni and I today is that zoos should remain open because they have benefits for animals and us. I don't mean like Giovanni and I, but I mean all of us, for humankind. So we think that closing zoos is not a solution for the problems Ian just assigned. On the contrary, closing zoos is going to cause more problems. So I'm gonna label the three main points. So closing zoos is gonna harm animals, and it's gonna harm educational goals, and it's gonna harm economy. So for the first point, closing zoos will cause animals to extinct, as sadly many did in the past, such as dinosaurs, obviously, and the giant Irish elk. So actually, there are currently more animals that are red listed. What I mean by red listed, they are threatened species, so they're gonna extinct soon. So according to an article, it says today the animal world is under severe attack as a result of two strongly interconnected global processes. On the one hand, global environmental changes such as climate, land use, and land cover change, deforestation and desertification have a disruptive impact on plant and animal life. And actually one of the animals that are threatened or they're red listed is the white lion. So according to an article by Jennifer Jason, who's a senior scientific advisor and lion ecologist of Global White Lion Protection, he said that since there are currently, in 2015, only 13 lions in the wild. In their endemic range, white lions are currently endangered, and white lions born or reintroduced to the wild are not protected. So keeping the zoos is not the best choice for animals. And also, if we close the zoos, no. One second. Yeah. Actually, zoos are safe for animals. So, according to Wilkins Dira, she's a lecturer in ethics and global health. She said that zoo defenders claim that animals don't need the same territory in captivity, as they are provided with food, water, shelter, and safety from predators. So another thing also says there is no doubt that good physical health is necessarily conditioned for the welfare of any animal, and in general, animals in zoos appear to physically suffer less than animals in nature. Because there is medicine and painkillers. So now I'm gonna move to my second point, which is the second point is one second. Yeah. So the second point is closing zoos is gonna affect education. So just remember, guys, it's all about knowledge. It's not about scores. So students learn like indirect lessons by visiting zoos. Like for example, according to Wilcox Rini, she's a director of the Center of Restructuring Education in Science and Technology, and she's principal investigator for the Virginia Initiative for Science Teaching and Achievement. She said that children at an ape exhibit spend less time watching the animals and more time attending the signs and interpreters than adults. That means that they also focus on the signs and the directions, which helps them a lot in life. So, for example, to follow the law and to follow the signs. And something else also about education. According to WAZA, it's the World Association for Zoo and Aquarium, it says that the educational role for zoos is to interpret living collections to attract, inspire, and enable people from all walks of life to act positively, and explain human impact on wildlife in both local and global contexts. The same article also, it's a scholarly article. It says that as the ultimate goal of environmental education is not only to increase knowledge, but also to foster behavior change for greater sustainability and to lessen human impacts on other species. And also, I think zoos is important for educating children because it teaches them many stuff like what is the animal doing, what is the animal covered with, feathers or anything, how does it move, and the legs, and how is it dangerous or no, and that's it. And for the first point, is closing zoos is gonna harm economy, since there are over 10,000 zoos worldwide. Alright. So there's a reporter called Mike Thomas. He said a recent study commissioned by the Association of Zoos and Aquariums make the case that zoos across America are economic generators for their communities. So zoos are really good for economy. So since in 2007, over 175 million visitors visit zoos annually. 163 million are only in the US. So imagine the amount of money the zoos make yearly. Alright, so according to AZA, Association of Zoos and Aquariums, in the US, 16 billion in economic activity that contribute to the GDP, which is the gross domestic product, and 4.7 in personal wages and salaries, and zoos offer 142,000 jobs. So let's look at another expert's opinion about zoos. So his name is Steve McCusker. He's San Antonio Zoo Executive Director. He said, looking just at Texas, the study determines that AZA zoos and aquariums generate 84 million in economic activity annually for the Lone Star State. They also employ 1,995 people and provide 312 million in salaries and wages. So my solvency claim is that closing zoos will never be a solution for the problems they said. Thank you.